now what crew chief? What crew chief has studied up? What crew chief will make the right decision?
If I could have your attention now here in the media center, we are joined by Jimmie Johnson, driver of the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. Jimmie will roll off 14th in Sunday's Ford EcoBoost 400. Jimmie, some drama there at the end of round one, and just getting to round two was not an easy task. Could you walk us through that?
Yeah, didn't have a clean first lap, and unfortunately we had to rerun, and just a little unlucky with the spin. And then to be able to go out that quickly with things so hot and transfer was encouraging, and then to pick up a few more tenths on quite old tires compared to everybody else and end up 14th. I think we made the most of the situation we were in. You know, a bit unlucky, but first and foremost, we should have had a better first outing. That would have made life a lot easier. So, but you know, qualifying just isn't my thing, and I'm so much better at racing, and I'm ready to line them up and race.
Okay, we're going to start here with questions with Jenna, and we'll work our way around the room.
Jennifer, AP, one, how do you like your car so far? And two, starting 14th, where that puts you with pit selection and whatnot, is that a detriment?
It's not ideal by any stretch. I think guys were saying top 5 you would have pretty good situations, so we're not ideal there. And from 14th to 5th, it seems to be easy to pass week in and week out, but those final, you know, top 4 or 5 cars are always so tough to pass. So, you know, it's no different this week than others, but it would have made life, you know, at least the first half of the race easier if we could start up front, but we don't have that luxury. You know, the car-wise, all we did was Q runs today, and with the way the tires go, I think we made 3 or 4 runs was it. So, and I thought practice went really well for us. You know, we're in the top 5 pretty much the whole time, and was surprised with our opening lap in Q, and then things got better from there. So, I think we have a great car. We'll find out tomorrow. Yep.
We'll go next to Reed and then to Tom.
Reed Spencer, NASCAR Wire Service. Jimmie, does it give you more reassurance that the best of the chase guys is 9?
I wasn't aware of that, but sure. Get them, let's all be in a wad there together. That's party.
Go next to Tom, and then to Bob, and then to Jordan.
Jimmie, Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. What sort of strategy is going to play into this, given that you're starting a little further back than you would ideally like to? Is there anything from a strategic standpoint you can do in the race?
There's a couple things, but the way the tires wear out here, I don't think you're going to see 2 tires staying out. It's not a good idea. So I feel like here, Atlanta, Texas, you know, tracks with a lot of tire wear. You put the car, you put 4 on it, and you just drive the wheels off it and see what happens. So I don't think there's much for a creative strategy here. I think you're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Bob.
No, it's off my radar. You damn sure bet I won't pass that pace car, though. I'm not playing that game again. Yeah, I've moved on. You know, I just pray and hope that they officiate it the same way they did with me with every stop. Everybody was up front.
Jordan.
Jimmie, Jordan Bianchi, SB Nation here, right? How can you go your helmet really quick? Tell me the idea behind that and when you started using that.
We've had it since the chases started, and just wanted to pay respect to Dale and to Richard. Jason Beam came up with the idea, and it's been cool to wear it. It's definitely been getting some attention, and honestly, it's just out of respect to those 2 guys, and I'm glad everybody's been so excited to see it and talking so much about it.
Okay, well, Jimmie, thanks for joining us. Good luck on Sunday.
We all sucked, huh?
We are. We're now joined by Joey Logano, driver of the number 2 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske. Joey will roll off 13th in Sunday's Ford EcoBoost 400. Walk us through your qualifying today.
Yeah, well, the first round went really well. I thought we were in good shape there. I think we were 3rd or 4th on the board. Car had good speed. The second run, we just lost speed. Fell off a little bit too hard. Fell off more than most of the field. Came in, cooled it down, tried to get a little bit more. make some adjustments to make our balance a little bit better, and just didn't. It's hard to go back out there after you get your tires hot and try to go even faster, and we matched our time basically. So just missed our balance in the offset from run 1 to run 2 a little bit too much, and put us back there in 13th. So we're not that far back. We'll be okay. This is like Jimmie said, this is a place you can pass. You get a wide racetrack. Faster cars are able to get around other cars. So, I feel comfortable about what our car is going to be. We'll work on it some more tomorrow in the 2 practices, make sure it's good in race trim and over the long haul, and be able to move around the racetrack like typical Homestead practice and see what it's got.
Okay, we'll take questions here. We'll start here with Holly and work our way around.
NASCAR.com, and you kind of just alluded to this, Joey, but the fact that really the 4 of you are starting very close together in this race, if you could just speak to that.
Yeah, so I told Jimmie, I said, man, we all suck. I don't know what happened, but no, it's interesting that everyone's all starting so close to each other, and not towards the front. It's not what you'd expect, coming into here. I'm sure none of us are going to stay back there very long when this race starts. We're all going to have to move up forward and, and possibly have to win this race. So, it's come down to that the last few years. I would expect the same once again.
Go to Bob.
Why does 13 suck?
Because it's not first. What else do you want me to tell you? I mean, duh, I don't know. Well, yeah, we shoot for number 1. That's what we shoot for. We all want to be faster than that. I'm sure not just the 22 team. Everyone wants to be quicker than that when you come here. And but the good side is that we're all around each other. So the penalty of starting back there isn't too severe because everyone's in the same boat.
Jordan.
This question is for Kevin. Kevin, how do you feel about playing the role of the spoiler this weekend? It's a little different for you.
Well, I think for us it's really the same, as it has been. You prepare and do all the same things. We've done everything the same. Obviously, there's not as much pressure, coming into the weekend as there normally would be, and a lot less to do. So that's a good thing. So yeah, it'd be nice to win a race and close the season out, and just a lot of reasons. Tony's last race with Chevrolet, So yeah, came here to try to win, and same as everybody else. No participation trophies.
I like that.
Go back to Greg.
Greg Engel, Cupseed.com. Congrats on the pole, Kevin. There's got to be, I know you're saying we're just here to win and all this, but was there any momentary, even just a little happy twinge of, wow, I was able to upstage those guys? Or is it seriously just, yeah, I got another pole, we're here doing what we need to do?
Yeah, I think when you look at the group of guys that we race against every week, I think everybody could look around and say, I've been here and done that and beat this guy and beat that guy, and they beat us. And it's like I said on pit road, this is a highly competitive sport, and it's hard to to perform well and win races and win poles. And you watched last week and how much changed in the last little bit of that race. We have nothing to hang our heads about, and it's competition, and that's what we show up for. And sometimes the defeats are not as fun to experience, but just as much needed in order to push your team and your people and understand how hard it is. So I think sometimes losing definitely makes you better, and that's what I love about competition. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, and the group of guys that you race against, those are the guys that keep it interesting and keep it fun showing back up to the racetrack, because you can't beat them every week, and it's just impossible.
Go next to Don.
Kevin, Don Cubble from the 4 Times Meeting. As somebody who has performed in a chase format, what advice, if you had to, what advice would you give the other 4 about what they have, their approach for Sunday's race?
What you got?
Yeah, well, the hardest thing is not making yourself do something different, and I think as you look at it, that's easy to talk about and easy to say, but in the end it's different, because there is so much on the line, and there's so many more questions to answer and things going on that you have to have a plan to how to manage your time, manage the emotions and try to not put yourself in a position where, you know, you get fans or questions or people that are asking you things, and you try to keep the frustration as little as possible, because, you know, there's just, when you're that tense and then there's that much going on, there's a lot of things that can trigger those emotions. So you just got to try to have a good plan and do what you do in the race car and on the racetrack, but really everything else is the hardest part to manage, in my opinion.
We're going to go to your far left to Joey Barnes.
Joey Barnes, Motorsports Review. Kevin, you start on pole. Just get your emotions with that, Tony Stewart's last race, as well as your last race with Chevrolet, just your emotions on that.
Yeah, you know, for Smoke, you know, that's the biggest reason that I came to SHR, was to race with Tony. You know, so we've kind of had that off and on in some unique circumstances over the past 3 years. So that's been, you know, not exactly what you thought it would be, just because he hasn't been in a car the whole time. But, you know, in the end, he's meant a lot to the sport. He's meant a lot to auto racing in general. And I think, you know, to not see him on the racetrack, I'm still not 100% convinced that it's the absolute right thing for him to do. But in his heart, you know, I think he feels like he wants to go do other things, because I don't know what else he'll do. You know, I know he's going to go race somewhere else and do something else, but, you know, at some point you're going to look at it and say, man, I kind of miss. You're going to have to miss all the stuff that, and the people and the things that you've been doing on a week-to-week basis, I would think, if that's all, you know, that you know, a lot of what you have going on in your life. So, but I know it's reality, and I know what it is, and I know he's got a lot of plans, and he seems to be content with it and ready to move on. So I need to move on from it, and you know, get get over it and enjoy the last weekend, and then, you know, take him in as the owner at the racetrack, and we had a little glimpse of that for the first 11 weeks, and he was, you know, a lot of fun and brought a lot of input to the race team. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for joining us today, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Okay, we are now joined by Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 M&M's Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing, and Carl Edwards, driver of the 19 Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Let's go ahead and open it straight to questions. If you have a question for these gentlemen, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start here in the middle with Dustin Long.
Were we supposed to say something?
Dustin's going to ask you a question, okay. Then you can say something.
I wasn't listening.
That's all right.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Joe Gibbs was in here earlier today, was asked about your situation, and talked about that you guys are kind of, the teams aren't sharing as much information kind of on your own as you compete for this title. How did it come to that, or how much is sharing, and what is how is that kind of working? Because you've kind of given a little bit of a different indication, I think, what you guys have kind of talked about previously.
Did you know we weren't sharing?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Joe's not in our meetings. Don't listen to Joe.
Yeah.
We're not sharing with him. Yeah.
That's funny.
Everything right now is all the same. Open notebook. I've been looking at Carl's stuff all day. Carl's probably been looking at everybody else as well as I have, the 11, the 78, 19, 20. So I've been looking at everybody's stuff all day long. So, you know, reading some notes and going through some of that stuff, and seeing what all's going on within our organization to try to help make ourselves better. I mean, that's what we do, and I think we do that all the way to race time. You know, that's sort of the game plan, I think, as to what has been said to me anyways from my crew chief. So what about you, Carl?
Yeah, we haven't even talked about it. We just business as usual. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
No problem.
We're going to come up front to Holly and then go to Greg.
I would expect that kind of question from Bianchi. Just had to keep it rolling.
I'm a little scared to ask my question.
What's wrong with your phone?
I wanted to ask the two of you just your thoughts on all four of you really starting pretty tightly together here. Just what you think about that? No one really separated one way or another.
I don't think any of us want to start that far back. We were probably had a lot better, you know, hopes than that. So it is what it is. You know, pit stall selection will be pretty even, I guess. I haven't looked at all the openings, but yeah, I don't know what to think of it really.
Yeah, it wasn't certainly the run that we were looking for. We were wanting to see a little bit better than that, but we were just too free during qualifying. So we just kind of missed the balance a little bit and didn't quite have the confidence that I needed within the car to get more out of it. But it was a decent qualifying effort, I guess, if you consider the big picture of where we're all at. We are all pretty tight, throw a blanket over each other, we're all right there. So at least one camera can probably catch us all when we turn off into turn one.
We'll go to Greg and then to Jordan.
Over here, Carl. GregEngleCupSteam.com. Jimmie came up to you before the final round. Was he asking and you were telling? Were you asking and he was telling? I mean, what was the kind of? I mean, without obviously word for word, but what was the exchange there?
We were talking about Kyle, but I can't tell you what we said because he's here. No, we're just nothing really. Just yeah.
Go next to Jordan and then to Tom Jensen.
Secrets. He went on a bike ride today, and I thought I saw him, and I just asked if that was him on his bike. That was really it. That was it. Yes.
He went for a run this morning too.
What's that?
Went for a run this morning.
He
too.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
Yep. You know how far I went? 10 feet.
M&M for every mile, yeah. I don't see how he does that. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Jordan?
Your boy.
Yeah. Oh, hey. What's up, man? Those are some nice shoes. I'm serious. They are.
I like the salmon coat first.
I went shopping last night, and I was looking for those shoes to go to the boat, and they didn't have my size. It was almost identical. So anyway, that's a compliment, man. I'm trying to be nice.
It's totally a Miami outfit.
I mean, look what we're wearing, honestly.
Mine is killed. I mean, look at this thing. They sent it to the cleaners this week, and they must have dried it. Like, it's falling apart. It's nasty. I got a better one for Sunday. Are we going anywhere?
Man.
This seems pretty obvious. You guys are pretty loose and joking.
Yeah.
You guys feeling the pressure at all?
I was feeling a little bit of pressure out there for qualifying. I mean, you know how important it is, and you want to do well. And then, yeah. So yeah, I think, but yeah, that's over with, and now we just get ready to go racing. But I mean, we're having fun with it. Dave is really. I felt bad for driving. I probably drove a little hard and got on the splitter a little. I was a little frustrated when I got out of the car, but he slapped me on the back and said, "Forget it. We'll go get the car better." And so everybody on our team is pretty loose, and I can't speak for everyone else.
Yeah, no, I'm all good. I think last year's experience through all this was really good for me, and learning and taking it all in, experiencing it was a good thing, and ultimately being able to win it the way that we did with feeling the way that everything felt that weekend. So try to mimic that and get on through this weekend and have some good success on Sunday.
We'll go to your left to Tom and then to Nate.
Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. For both you guys, with so many non-chasers in front of you, we always hear about how hard it is to pass guys at the front of the field. Will they give you any more room, or I guess show you maybe a little bit more courtesy that you're racing for a championship?
I think they do, especially earlier in the race. You know, I think you'll get a little bit more respect out of those guys. Just when it comes down towards the end and you're going for a win, it's those guys are racing for a win just as much as you are. You know, or a good finish, let's say. You know, but I think overall, from the experience that I had last year, you know, guys were running hard, but they were also just kind of minding their business around you a little bit more. Instead of coming off the corner and only cutting you an inch, they might give you 4, you know. So it's still a pretty good time of hard racing out there and being able to push it all the way to the max, but yet making sure that you're aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to say the thing to me that was notable is just that, I mean, average qualifying of our 4 cars with everything that we've put into this race of 11.5 or something. I mean, that shows you how tough the competition is. And I think we're going to have to race not just ourselves. I guess all week for me, I've been thinking of racing these guys, and as I sat out there and watched that qualifying end, I thought, man, this is going to be a race really between a bunch of guys, so it'll be interesting.
Go next to Nate Ryan.
For Carl, you mentioned going shopping. I presume you got a nice pair of pants as well.
Yes, I did.
Could you talk about what the experience of the last 24 hours has been like? Are you sleeping in your own bed tonight, and is it just been discombobulating and not have your?
Yeah, I don't know if I can tell the entire shopping story, but the shopping was a lot of fun. We can I tell that, Randy? Or was it? No. All right. So. No, so we went shopping, and I don't have any clothes, so my motorhome broke down. And so they drove us over there to, I think it was Macy's or something, in downtown
Samantha
Miami.
is not impressed.
With my outfit?
With Macy's, she would not be impressed.
Oh. Well, from where I come from, it's a pretty nice place. So, and
she can get you some smoking deals, I tell you.
So literally, we had
Where's
police escort over
Where's
there.
Kate?
Yeah. It was awesome. So drive up, and I'm like wearing the short, my standard Carl outfit, like shorts, dumb shirt, black shoes. I run in there, and Brenda helped me, and I said, man, I'm panicked. I got to be on a yacht in like 15 minutes. I need something nice to wear. So while I'm trying everything on, shirts, pants, Randy's, doing Randy's deal. He's standing over there looking at his watch. Well, yeah, that looks fine, whatever, that's great. The guy walks up and says, sir, can we help you? And Randy said, no, I'm with him. And the guy said, all right. And so, anyway, I was dressed well for the boat. Randy was like, I'm not sure what just happened there. I was like, so, it was pretty exciting. Anyway, I didn't even get a salmon jacket. But yeah, that really happened. Yeah, so we didn't get my motorhome back. Man, I'm killing the resale value right now if I tell you how bad it is. But it blew a tire and all that. I have a rental motorhome, which is the second one. They got the rental and it didn't work, and so they had to take it back. And so I'm on the third motorhome this week.
I really don't know where we're going to be able to go from there. So
All right.
I'm just going to congratulate you on a good qualifying run, and
Yeah.
Good luck on Sunday.
The life and times.